Alright, my lovers, it's MJ from All to Love TV. Really happy to be here with you guys. I'm going to just tune into the cards and give you a intuitive tarot reading. So intuitive tarot is one of the services I provide at All to Love. If you want to know more about myself or All to Love, feel free to check it out at alltolove.com. You can find all the info. You just do some internet stalking. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. Actually, that is not true. You listen to your heart. That's where you find what you're looking for. And then otherwise, have a little bit of fun out there, you know. Okay, let's crack on with the reading and see what we get. So divine guidance and loving clarity is always my intention with these readings. Divine guidance and loving clarity. Your intuition is your internal navigation. So please listen to your intuition. And maybe my intuition and the cards can offer some divine guidance and loving clarity. Okay. So this is sort of like a specific message. It's all reversals except for the conflict card. So it's basically saying like there's some major conflict here. And okay, so the conflict is possibly to do with the King of Wands. That's a fire sign. They're in the reverse. That means they've been lying and they're on their way out. The Magician and the Justice. So I feel like this is your energy that's been messed with. Justice in the reverse. Magician in the reverse feels to me like a fraud. Like somebody, you know, the classic sales frauds of back in the Disney when, and it's the same, it's all the same now, but people would roll up like, come check out this potion that I've conjured, and they would have somebody that works for them come out of the audience, take the potion and be cured, and people would be like, mama, holy cow. Of course all of those were totally fabricated sales illusions for the salesperson, right? So yeah, this energy to me ultimately feels like somebody's just completely pulled the wool over or lied, and there's a lot of conflict in outworking it. Let's get some clarity. Yeah, no, this is pretty troubling because it's made somebody feel really left out in the cold and possibly out some pentacle as well. Sorry to hear about this shitty news. That's interesting. So these owls, the Daughter of Swords, the Son of Swords. Okay. This is what I'm getting. Okay, so if you're resonating so far and you're like, yep, I totally got fucking screwed over from Do Not Fear, because we have these pairs coming in, and I'm pretty sure this is the first, so it doesn't matter your gender, okay? Especially with general readings, you can totally, like, you know, crisscross everything or whatever. Yeah, you guys are really moving from a pretty painful, sad cycle. The Five of Cups. You've probably been mourning whilst trying to recoup finances, possibly even getting the law involved. Justice card. But the Justice being reversed is just telling me in this situation, it doesn't look like the law can do anything. Like, I don't know that the police could necessarily help you in your situation. But the Son of Swords is coming to meet the Daughter of Swords. And they're two owls. They're very wise. They're very perceptive. And, yeah. So this energy is the new energy coming in. So be patient and trust, because you are navigating some proper Shazam. Like, none of that is fun. Yeah, you're in some deep waters. The whale energies just come through. And usually I would say when that energy is coming through, it is calling us to anchor our depth, right? To essentially be with the depth that we are. Don't, run away from it. Just sit with it. It's something that we can all do. Lovers, I've got this beautiful new deck that has been gifted to me from a client, and it's part of my expansive learning and study, research, training in tarot. So brand new deck. Let's see what we get. This card, this death card in this deck, is making me feel like you are actually having an awakening. And so it's like there's some sense of it's like opening a Pandora's box, and then your higher selves are popping out, and you're a bit like, whoa. There's the fish symbology here next to the fish card that I've pulled. For some reason I'm thinking of like, someone said, or maybe I heard, there is Christian symbolism with regards to the fish, and so I'm getting something about fishy, like symbology and Christed awareness. See how they have, holy cow, yeah, very, very beautiful. There's actually a butterfly in the middle of their heart, and there's this activation of the higher self, and there's also these flowers, and the flowers are really telling me like there is a new spring being born, there is a new energy being born. But right now we're present with, for some reason I'm hearing the condor. I don't know what that is though, but and in this moment we might very well be sort of simultaneously holding space for this like great expansion, and at the same time like the releasing of an old cloak, or like the letting go of the id, like letting go of all the stuff you wore and actually letting yourself soar, actually letting yourself fly free, with probably like a sense of just being more in alignment with your higher self versus the conflicted, I'm not worthy energy, right? So for some of you guys, this new wave of influx of people coming in, and this is so legit, like when it comes to like soul tribe or finding people that you really resonate, often is the case, these people will be familiar to you. You won't have to meet them in the physical. You will see them online, or you'll see a photo, or like maybe even see them walking down the street and you'll be like, oh my god, I think I know you. Okay, it's not always, I'm not, suddenly I'm like, no wait, maybe it's that good advice, like don't just go up to people like, I know you, you're my soul tribe. People like, I have no idea who you are. So no, I'm not saying that, my lovers, but certainly in my personal like experience, when there are people who like enter your reality and you're like, hey, you're familiar to me, and they're like, you too, how do we know each other? Guess what? Probably not from this lifetime. Especially like if you're on the healing journey and you're doing loads of healing and alchemical healing, increasingly some humans anyway, are like super familiar, and I personally think that that's to do with a resonance in our signature, which has to do with not just this lifetime, but possibly other dimensional realities, right? Okay. Hey, as I'm talking about like dimensional realities, I looked down at this final card that I've pulled and picked the Shapeshifter. And I mean, hellish Shazam, you guys, that is super relevant. When we have that greater sort of grounded sense of manifestation and how we're working with energy, that is a little bit like what it's like. Shape-shifting. Now I'm here. Now I'm here. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing this. And so there is an essence of relinquishing these past conflict in empowering our freedom, right? In recognizing the light of divine, and then allowing ourselves to really flow with those higher, more divine energies, sort of allowing them the kind of old mind, the mind that was always analyzing and sort of reacting against and biofeedbacking off the external reality, allowing that mind to like be present with energy and pick and choose, pick and a little bit more choosy of the thought form, so that we don't have to keep repeating these cycles. I feel like this is sort of, for some of you, it's a little bit deeper than that. It could be an actual divorce, something quite substantial. For others, I just feel like it was a rushed new beginning that, like, oh, fucked it kind of thing. Like, oh, fuck it, Shazam. And then you're like, oh, did it again, feeling left out. But you're kind of moving through this one pretty quickly, I would say. And then there's these beautiful kind of counterpart energies coming in, and actually like a total rebirth, a total regenesis of sorts with that death card there. So you're in it. This is a very, very kind of deep reading. So sending you guys loads of love. Again, if you're resonating and you're prompted to book a private reading, feel free to do so. It's always a pleasure. Always, always. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Peace out.